You talking about this?
Gladiator.
No, I don't watch movies with people
three-fourths. No.
swords and sandals.
You went from man. I told Fat you went from man to three-fourths man.
Why? Because of Gladiator?
Have you seen 300?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then you went up a little bit. You have to watch Gladiator.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Whole Views. This is the discussion on Mortal Kombat. We're gonna do a full spoiler talk about pretty much the whole movie, things we liked and disliked, and what could have been done better. So, what you was about to go ahead and jump in.
I would say I am a Mortal Kombat guy. I was there when the Mortal Kombat video game was introduced, where you actually had to put a quarter into the machine.
And you got the arcade at your house.
And I have the original.
I'm gonna put pictures in here.
I originally have the original arcade game at home. It was bad, man. It was bad. Like, let's just say off your grant or your loan. Let's say assume I get $1,100
in college,
$1,200 back. I get it back. If I didn't, I'm not lying, but if I didn't spend $800 on trying to play, because I was always into video games. They had this one little Asian guy, Fat knows his name. Y'all, we talked about him one time, and he would beat everybody. I was going to beat him, and took me about $800. But after I learned
on the
drop, and then you have to wait in the line, drop. So when you get there, but I learned how to play the game. I beat him. After I beat him one time, he could never beat me again. I was one of the best. I was like at least top 3 at USL. Y'all be honest, y'all know it. Bowling alley. They had a bowling alley on the yard at one time, right by the swamp. And the Mortal Kombat game was right there.
What you mean a bowling alley? What, a movie theater is?
No. On the yard, on USL campus, they had. You'd walk out the Union, you'd see this swamp. You'd walk around, and they had a bowling alley where we took bowling. On the campus.
You took bowling on campus?
Oh yeah, I took bowling 3 times.
Why?
Because I was a good bowler.
You trying to get them easy A's.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
But anyway, like I was saying, so that's how much I love Mortal Kombat. And I followed it from PlayStation, from Nintendo, NES to Genesis, anything. So I knew what the movie was about. So entering what the game was about. So entering the movie, I loved it. First thing off the back, I was like, why they made
Cole?
Why they made Sub-Zero so awesome?
Oh yeah, they cranked him up.
Yeah, they cranked him up.
They cranked him up. I didn't have a problem with that.
Me neither.
If you want to make him like the dude, but I think it's taken.
Yeah, I mean, because and then how they incorporated Scorpion. Because that was like the battle. But when you play the game and throughout
them two is like
the series,
they always button heads.
Of course,
they
that's
equals.
They're like the yin and the yang would say. But you would want to think that with Mortal Kombat, with old movies, it was always Liu Kang. It's always about.
Well, he's the protagonist, and for me watching it, like I liked it too. I enjoyed it too. Watched it twice, but. Why give me Cole and not give me Liu Kang? Like, and I went back and I really listened to Liu Kang backstory. Did you listen?
In the original?
In the one we just watched.
No, go ahead.
So, in his backstory, he says his arcana, like his little power, his firepower, his came when he was searching for a man who was a purveyor, like a collector of rare things, even children. So, what is implying to me is like, you found a child molester that had the mark, and you killed him, and then you got the mark, and you got your arcana at the same time. So I'm like, that's very interesting. Why not show us that?
I'm gonna go back and check it out.
Like
because that would make that would be how.
That's a way better story to tell me.
Right.
That and like Cole, like me and you was thinking the whole time Cole gonna turn into Scorpion.
Yeah.
He did not.
The whole little but I learned to like the kid. I didn't get his still don't know what the hell that was. Bones, what the hell that, but
he got like a shirt and some little look like some nightsticks for like a police hat.
He have a polo.
One is bladed.
Has a polo shirt with But
I didn't care for that, bro. What I thought is this dude's gonna turn into Scorpion and like you gonna have 2 Scorpions beat Sub-Zero at the end. Like,
Right.
it's gonna be cool.
Right.
But they didn't do that. And my bigger thought was like, ways you could have made it better. Just take Cole and make him Johnny Cage and change Johnny Cage's backstory. The way he not a movie star, he an MMA fighter who not that good.
That would have been cool. That would have been real nice. I think that they could incorporate it more characters, or like I like the way they made Kung Lao like he was like this
More accomplished fighter.
Right. You know, I don't like the way he died. It was, I mean, I like great movie, but they made it. It was, you know, like the whole suck your soul, and yeah. I mean, I guess they had to show what Shang Tsung can actually do. So, so I get that. The whole Garo thing, he was pretty good. You know, they a lot better than the old Garos in the old movies.
Yes.
Like, so, but if I can think of anything, any question to ask the people that made it, I would ask, what maybe if you were a gamer like me, you have to tell me that you just was a person that played with Sub-Zero to make Sub-Zero that awesome to where he was the right hand man of Shang's like that. I just, you know.
I feel like they're gonna continue that too, because so the idea that you said about more characters. So again, a little research on my end. Like they say, I've heard rumors that the guy who played Sub-Zero signed on for 5 movies. So like they had plans when this one was, before it even came out, they knew, okay, this is gonna happen, and we're gonna put out at least 2 more. And it's like, so it feels like you tease but you hold back, and it's like, why even do?
Well,
they still got enough characters to.
They gave us Johnny Cage, so through
the teaser at the end.
Through that, they can have the whole Hollywood and show Johnny Cage, and you know, props to Kano. Kano,
did the movie. He made the movie.
Hands down,
he made it. He made it fun. He made it fun to go along. Because if you take him out, it's like, man, this is real, like wooden and kind of cheesy.
And
not wooden.
And I'm glad it happened, because when we watched the movie originally, I was feeling it, but I was angry. I was like, no, Kano can't be their friend. Like, that can't happen. He can't go there. Remember, I kept saying that.
Yeah.
I said, he has a double cross him. He has to be, he's a mercenary.
Yeah, that's his whole thing.
He has, and when it happened, then I was happy. I was like, yes, now it makes sense.
So I was happy with it, but I was like, it kind of happened way too easy to me. Like, Cabal showed up and talked to him, and he was like, okay, well, what I gotta do? Like, man, you change sides real easy, right? Like, just promise you a little bit of money, and but I understand.
Knowing the stories of Kano, all of them, that's all it took was a little bit of money. You know, he was the whole was the Black Dragon.
Yeah.
Like the whole money controlled him. Yeah. Power controlled some of the other guys, but money was with Kano. So I like that. You know, Reptile.
Was he in it?
What was that lizard thing that had to be Reptile?
What are we talking about?
He turned invisible. The one.
Well, where was Reptile in this movie?
Okay, you remember when who killed him? Was it
I'm blanking.
He vanished. He was invisible. He turned invisible. He looked like a lizard. He's like a.
You talking about the old movie or the new movie?
I'm talking about the new movie.
Dog, there wasn't no reptile in this
movie. Dude, then what was that thing in
I forgot about that whole scene in there in the apartment when they fought, like in the little house.
What was that? That's Reptile.
Oh, yeah, that was Reptile. Yeah.
Okay. You can't make Reptile a reptile.
But he is.
He was a ninja. I played the game. He was a ninja. Looked like Sub-Zero. Looked like Scorpion.
But when he
looked like Ermac.
Take his mask off.
Take his mask off, and you see his neck. Yeah, but we clearly saw a gecko climbing around invisible. So I
forgot all about that scene.
So I was kind of like, well, it's Reptile. He's invisible, you know. Yeah, but the way they had him looking like a whole lizard, it was you know, one of the switches that I had to adjust on, because I wanted to be a ninja that, you know, when he had you down,
green color code.
Yeah, and then he pulls off. I mean, then he pulls off his little mask, and see a snake head, and
so the way they're gonna do that, and let me tell you, so and they did it in the old school movies too. Like they're gonna take him, Like that, he's not gonna be a character that is called reptile. He's like a race of reptiles like that.
Okay, yeah, that was the one.
That was in them old school ones. That's trash. So what's gonna happen is I'm imagining you gonna come into the sequel and there's gonna be another reptile character like that, but he'll do some weird outworld stuff and inhabit a body, and it's gonna look like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, that nature, green shaded,
right,
with the lizard face.
And then the characters that they did choose to put in there, I was like, awesome. What made, like, I would love to ask them, what made you put Cabal rather than Ermac, or what made you go for Reptile, or what made you put this Scorpion descendant thing and not just come out with Johnny Cage from the jump? See, what messed me up is I watched the cartoon.
Oh, the Scorpion cartoon. So
yes.
HBO Max right now. I've been watching it. I just haven't finished.
You can't. Whenever you have a cartoon that's better, like, this is the first time I can say that the cartoon and the movie was like what and what, but the cartoon told a better story.
Oh yeah. Well, again, so I can answer one of your questions. Why do Cole over any of the other characters?
Mm-hmm.
So the writer said this was done for people like Becky, like don't know Mortal Kombat, don't know nothing about that. We need somebody to like go on the journey with them.
Gotcha.
I think they missed the boat though, because you didn't even need to do that, because they have people like us that's gonna watch the movie with them and say, hey, this person is doing this person is doing that. Like, all they gonna, I hate to say that about the wife, but they ask questions.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody's gonna usher them along.
She do ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's like, ain't no reason to not have that in there.
And
put Johnny Cage instead
but
of
outside of that, I mean, like I said, from the initial day we watched the movie, he said 1 out of 10. I said an 8. I think you said a 7.5, if I'm not mistaken, the first time.
7-ish. Yeah.
I said 8 because of the action. I said 8 because I went into it thinking like the old Mortal Kombat movies that came out didn't have maybe not the budget, but didn't have the advertising. Like when I first saw the preview of this, I was like, man, that was blood. Like, is it rated R?
Yeah.
R. Yeah, I'm like, man, like I have to watch this. And I went into it expecting a movie like that, and I got a movie like that. So they won me over on that. It just was the changes in the story, Like being a Mortal Kombat guy, first of all, when you say finish him, like that was always Shang Tsung.
In a tournament.
Right, in a tournament.
Not just people fighting.
The little Toasty, that was the maker of the video game, face would come on the screen. Mm-hmm. Toast. I mean, so when the characters were in the movie,
the flawless victory one.
Oh no.
It took me out, bro. And I understood, like, it really was. If you look at it, I watched that battle again. Like, he really didn't get touched. All he did was set old girl up, threw that hat down, and sliced her. But it's like, you don't say that here.
No.
That's not the place for you to say it.
Right. No.
If y'all was in a battle in the tournament, Shang Tsung says this.
Right.
Done.
Right. So I think
it was very awkward.
I think if they would have had the whole, remember, hands down, one of the greatest movies ever made, Gladiator.
With
the original, the Gladiator with
who's starring in this?
Oh gosh, this incredibly handsome white guy. I mean, I forgot his name.
Van Damme?
No. Gladiator was like it almost made like 300. Came out. It was the one where he was the general.
You talking about Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe.
Okay.
Russell Crowe.
I've never seen that whole thing.
Oh, don't tell nobody that.
Why?
No.
Gladiator?
No. Then right now you're like 3/4.
You talking about this?
Gladiator.
No, I don't watch movies with people
3/4. No.
Swords and sandals.
You went from man. Now I told Fat you went from man to 3/4 man.
Why? Because of Gladiator?
Have you seen 300?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then you went up a little bit. You have to watch Gladiator. I was about to say, if they would have made this movie as if they were fighting in front of Shang Tsung, like he's sitting there,
like it is in the game,
like it would have been, and keep the same fight scenes and everything, and flip, it'd have been like a tournament style. I would have got more enjoyment out of it, But that's what I was trying to. I led to Gladiator by saying if they would have like took some of the scenes from like some of the scenes from Gladiator, like in this person fighting this person, and they're fighting, and it gets to the point to where he has to, kill him. And like in Gladiator, like everybody in the stadium, when he wants somebody dead, the Emperor would put his hand, thumbs
like
down,
to finish him.
Right. So that you could have had Shang Tsung say, finish him, and then
Yeah, you could have set him on fire and do all that stuff.
But just for the character to say it, get out of here. Nah. Take that out. I put my 8 to like a 8.5 on that. It was a great movie.
Yeah, if they'd have stuck more to either the game story and took Cole out of there, or if they'd have made Cole like this is the modern day Scorpion, I'd have been better off with that. You'd have made Cole into Johnny Cage, I'd have been better off with that. And like you say, if they'd have actually made the tournament a tournament, I'd have been, like you say, it'd have been elevated from a 7 to like an 8, 9, because like only thing that I would say that, like, as acting wise is like kind of cheesy. Like, you had a few cheesy lines from Jax, and a little bit of weird interaction him and Sonya, or Kano had a few little awkward moments.
The bridge fight with Jax. When he got his little arms and everything. Yeah, I mean, Jax was I don't know if you would play with Jax in the character. Jax was a pathetic character.
I didn't like playing with him.
We used to just beat him. They just gave us Jax. We gotta get Jax and the Jade.
Oh, the black
Jade
with the staff.
They just gave us those.
But they did her way better than they did her in Annihilation.
Yeah.
Annihilation was horrible. Yeah, Jade was a little Asian. She looked funny.
You can't be an Asian Jade. It's not.
Jade have to be black?
Oh, she's black in the game.
Malia ain't regular in the game.
Right. That's like, you know what? Making Jade not black in the movie would be like having Liu Kang be played by Tom Cruise or somebody like that. You'd be like, no.
Hollywood would have tried to do that.
No, you can't. Like, and I wouldn't watch the movie. No, stop that.
You gotta give me an Asian.
You have to be an Asian. Or like having Garo just a big guy with 2 arms.
Oh no.
No, see what I'm saying? Like that's to me that's why I am. That's why I enjoyed. So that's why I enjoyed the movie. But that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I played with Sub-Zero. That was my character that I mastered to learn how to play time up, like, So I appreciate it, but I was like, wow, what made you pick Sub-Zero to be that guy?
Yes.
Like, he beat literally everybody.
Yeah, he to me, he diminished Liu Kang so much. Liu Kang, I even have a student who had posted something like, not my Liu Kang. Like, my Liu Kang wouldn't have allowed this like this.
Because then, based on the cartoon, the champion, Outer World had won 9 straight
That's
tournaments.
How it always go, yeah.
9 straight tournaments. And the champion that would win 9 tournaments was Garo. Garo was like Shang Tsung's, they fight, whatever, then when they get to Garo kill him. But watching the movie, Garo was a step below Sub-Zero.
Yeah, because he got beat by Cole, and Cole really wasn't.
Right, he got beat by Cole, and like, if all that, whenever he sent Sub-Zero, like the stuff Shang Tsung was sending Sub-Zero to do, if it's all that, you sent your champion, so it can make sure.
Correct. But
they gave Sub-Zero like this, almost like a god, and it worked. Like, it played like it was great. It was great. Sub-Zero powers was great. I was waiting for him to do like the little the ice clone.
He did it.
Not the ice clone. The one where he frees, when he frees up and it drops down. The whole slide where he put.
Yeah.
Like,
he didn't do the slide. He didn't do the freezing in the air.
He knew the slide, and I was hoping he would show one of the things where he do and he grab him and he pull it like the original game when he grabbed the head off, pull it, and you see like the spine.
Yeah.
That's like just small things. Maybe I want too much, but
we'll see what they do with sequels, because I'll be around to look at them. I think they'll be good enough to pay a visit.
Oh yeah.
Because this was, like I said, we kind of nitpick and say what we don't like, but overall we did enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was good enough.
I did enjoy it, and what I'm gonna I put this out there. Actually, last week I do have the original game, and I did offer an open challenge. We can film it live. I don't think there's anybody gonna pick up, because in order to beat me,
but you're not talking about PlayStation.
Oh no! You have a joystick.
That's a good place to end it, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. And I think we got another topic that me and him might tackle right now. So stick around, come back around, and we'll see what happens with that.